Hey, what is up, drummers and parents of young drummers? This video is for you. Now, this one is completely impromptu. I've just been out for my morning jog, and every time I do that, I come up with ideas. And sometimes it's things that just seem to just come out of nowhere. So it is 15th of January at the moment, 2025, and I am still on Christmas summer holidays here in Auckland, New Zealand, and about to launch into the year and the teaching, getting my brain recalibrated to teaching mindset. And of course, as we know, the start of the year, it's a bit like a fresh start, right? You get a whole fresh start. It's a blank canvas. You got the whole year in front of you. Now, I did say that this video is going to be particularly appropriate for younger students or parents of students, but of course, this could apply to anybody. Now, thinking about my younger students at school and hearing, calls and messages, emails that I get from the parents of those students. What should we do? How much practice should he or she be doing? How should he be doing this and that? Lots of questions. Let's simplify this and approach it really pragmatically. What you should be doing is joining up any band or playing with other human being opportunities that present themselves. When I say any, I mean anything. So without any shadow of a doubt, my students that progress the best and end up being the best players and having the most fun also, they are the ones who join in and participate in all of these band opportunities. Now, typically at a school, you will have a big band, some type of concert band. I believe in the States that might be called something else, like a stage band or chamber type pieces, like anything like that. Let's call it big band, concert band. Those are larger groups. Then you'll have various groups within like a music class, like small combos. You might have like a jazz combo or two at the school. Then you've got your rock bands. And then from there, who knows, right? There's a lot of potential chances to play the drums. Now, the first thing that I hear, the first kickback on getting involved in these type of groups, and let's look at the big band, which is predominantly jazz. I don't like jazz. Cool. I got it. I got you. I hear you. That's okay. Let's think a little bit further on that. Typically, that big band or that jazz group at school, it could be anywhere between 15 and sometimes even up to 30 players who might rotate in and out. Just trying to give everyone a chance, like saxophone, trombone, all those instruments that don't normally get a big chance to play in other groups. So let's say you're not a huge jazz fan, you've never listened to jazz, you don't know anything about jazz, you're not interested. You just want to play rock, or you just want to play reggae or R&B. Okay, fine. Let's think a little bit deeper on this, okay? Let's say there's 21 people in the jazz big band at your school. You're the drummer. Now, you've instantly met and become the drummer for 20 people at your school. 20 musicians who are keen enough on their instrument to be playing in a band. Now, most groups these days, whether it be like a live touring act, like a pop act, or an originals act, they will often have horn players. We'll certainly have bass players, keyboardists, and guitarists and everything. You've just met all of the people in your local vicinity in this little bubble of your school. You know all of those players. And guess what? You are their drummer. When they need a drummer now or in the future, who are they going to get? They're going to get the drummer they know. Often this is all based around the school environment. We need to get a band together for this assembly, for this prize giving, for this parent evening. We need to get a band together. Guess what? You're the drummer. All of the good musicians, that's a bit of a crude way of putting it, but I'll stick with it. All of the good, dedicated musicians in your school who are in this jazz group or in this concert band, you are their drummer. You are now in the driver's seat. You have every opportunity. And guess what? How you get good? The way to get good is by playing, not by practicing. Now, practice is very important. It's an essential part of our development on the drums. but it's not everything. You need to play. If you want to become really good at practicing the drums, you practice the drums. If you want to get really good at playing the drums, you play the drums. Now, there's all types of band opportunities. Here we've got a thing called Rock Quest. There's Band Quest. There's all these different competitions. Now, it's not important to win a band competition when you're at school, although, that'll be a lot of fun. The important thing is entering. Now, I try and get this through to my students as well, who are like, oh, we're thinking about entering, but I think I'm just too busy that day or whatever. And I know this from personal experience from being in band competitions at school myself. You go to the competition. Now, a couple of things will happen. Now, it's important to stress here, music is not a competition. Yeah, let's get all that PC stuff out of the way. And it's not. Music is not a competition. Again, like the jazz band analogy, let's look beyond the competition part. When my high school band played at the Rock Quest, for example, band competition here in New Zealand, one huge benefit was even from the heat, we got to see all of these other bands our age. And, oh, that band does that really good. That band, I didn't quite like that. Oh, when that singer came out and awkwardly was sort of like shuffling around, that wasn't good, right? We don't want to do that. And you know what was really cool was when that guitarist jumped off the amp. I wasn't expecting that. I've never thought of doing that because I'm so focused on my playing over here. You learn really quick what good looks like. Without that exposure, you just don't. So, point being, enter into any band playing opportunity you can. Now, you might say, okay, well, no, because the jazz band's already got a drummer. Okay. I've seen this situation before as well. What you do in that situation is you ask and you say, can I be the second drummer? No, you can't be the second drummer. We've already got a second drummer. Okay. Can I come along to practice and watch? And they're going to say, well, yeah, you can come along and watch. Cool. You know what's going to happen? Eventually, they're going to hand you a cowbell. Eventually, they're going to hand you a tambourine. Eventually, they're going to say, hey, we're playing like a Latin type groove here. Can you just hit some congas? I don't know how to play some congas. Okay, well, the drum teacher at the school is going to show you how to play a basic walk on the congas. And you know what? Now you're in the band. The other thing you could do is you could record the rehearsals. Learn the repertoire. One day, the drummer is not going to be there. One day, the drummer is going to be at a soccer tournament and not going to be available for this jazz festival. The MD or the teacher in this situation who takes the big band is going to say, well, do we pull out of the whole festival or do we get another drummer in there? Guess what? You recorded the rehearsals, you worked on the material, you know the material, you get a couple of rehearsals with the band, you are the drummer now. Now, this is not about replacing or one-upping the current drummer in the band. It's about being prepared. You need to be prepared when the opportunity presents itself. Okay, now beyond all this, because my best students, the ones who really excel and just flying, there are multiple groups. Jazz group, concert group, rock band, reggae group. They're doing this module over here. They're involved in the music classes. They're playing and playing and playing and playing and playing. They have seen the benefits of playing. And trust me, the parents, they let me know. I cannot believe how much little Johnny has improved since joining that band. I'm like, yep, that's the way it is. Okay, let's say every single band opportunity is taken up in your school and there is absolutely no support and there's absolutely no way in hell that you've got any chance of being on any of those thrones and any of those groups. That's when you go a different way and you can say, okay, who do I know that plays an instrument? Oh, I don't know anyone. Nope, you know someone. There is someone you know who plays an instrument. Guess what? If you've got a friend who plays guitar, boom, there's your band. Oh, but what about the singer? And we need a keyboardist, and then we need a bass. You don't need anybody. You know someone who plays a keyboard, you know someone who sings a bit, so you got a friend who's learning the bass and is just starting out. That's your band. And once again, instead of practicing individually, you start practicing together. You know what happens when you start practicing together? You get good at playing together. And then you can take that as a unit into a band. I've seen it over and over and over. rhythm sections working as a unit, and they almost have this like mental connection that, you know, you sort of know what the player's going to do before they do it and you go with them. It's magic. All right, guys, I am going to leave the video there, but this is just something that just popped up so strongly on my run today. As I said, it's January, we're getting into the year, and I just want you to give yourself every opportunity. Believe in yourself, give it a go, get involved. My number one piece of advice. Go out, play some music. Do not just practice drums alone. You got to play music. You got to play with human beings. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Hit me up in the comments with any thoughts on this video and any experiences you've had along these lines. Until next time, take it easy. Keep chopping wood. Ciao.